Hey there, Sagittarius. Welcome to your reading for the week of November 28th. I already forgot. We're just going to jump right in here, and we're going to look at your past position. You have this possum card, and it says bashfulness on it. So you have this possum, this 8 of Wands, and this Tower and the World. So I feel for some of you that there's like a new beginning coming in for you after a Tower moment. You're like the third or fourth person to get the Tower in their first position, literally in this first row right here. So it seems to me like everyone is moving past Tower moments, which is great, because again, this is your past position over here. But, I feel like there could be, an opportunity for you to skip ahead a little bit. And I want to make sure that you understand that this is not like some sort of like shortcut or cheat that you're taking here. I feel that you've been, that there's just an opportunity to kind of like see something, see a reality for what it is. And I feel like it kind of progresses you in life very quickly, mostly because of the 8 of Wands. The 8 of Wands is a quick conclusion. The 8 of Wands is like quick success coming up for you. So I feel there is a quick success. Again, you have this possum card. I want to see what the next one is. Yeah, you have this guardianship card as well. So I feel like you're the protector of something with that. With that Tower card, some of you could have like a false sense of responsibility to something, or you have in the past. And that's what it looks like you're moving away from. I think we all do this sometimes where, it's like we feel a certain sense of responsibility. I always use the example. I have a friend, and it's like for years he wanted to move away, but it's like every time he would like go to move away, something would magically happen to his mother, right? She would like end up in the hospital. She ended up in the hospital a bunch of times. Like something was always happening every single time he was about to like move out. He was about to leave home, right? And it's like he had this false sense of responsibility to his mother, but to me that's like a very unhealthy dynamic. To me, that is a very unhealthy relationship. Eventually he left, but it's like he wasted a lot of time, years this happened, right? And I'm not saying that you're doing that, but I would just say, like, is there something that you feel responsible to? Like, I remember years ago, I worked at a place where I had like this false sense of responsibility to the job. It's like there's a saying. I don't know actually what the saying is, but basically, if you were to die today, they would have a opening for your job in the newspaper tomorrow, right? So it's like, I feel like some of you need to look at like where you maybe have a false sense of responsibility, or you feel like you're responsible for something. Some of you could already be moving past this. It could also be a relationship. Again, sometimes I think we maybe stay in a relationship because we feel like we're going to hurt the person, or we're going to do more damage to the person, or whatever. But, I kind of feel this first row is saying, wouldn't it be better to just have the new beginning with the world? Wouldn't it be better just to move forward to what you truly want? And, that's what this is. This row right here, you go Queen of Wands to the 7 of Cups. I love this 7 of Cups because she's pointing to like one star on the card. It's not a cup, but use your imagination. It's like she's pointing to what she truly wants. I almost feel, like I said, that this could be avoided completely, even though it's showing up in your past position. For some of you, maybe it's already happened, but, for most of you, I almost feel the Tower could be avoided if you move towards your truth. I've been saying to everyone, Mars retrograde in Gemini is the truth. And it's like, if we avoid the truth, we're going to have a Tower moment. If we face the truth, then we're probably going to end up like much more successful, which is what this reading looks like to me. And it's probably going to happen very quickly. You have the 8 of Wands. 8 of Wands is meant to represent something that happens quickly, that happens fast. It's like a quick conclusion or a quick success. But, let's see where this is going. With the 8 of Wands, you have the Moon card. Do you have the Moon twice? No. The Moon is a card of a period of darkness, not being sure what to do. I can't get away from the feeling that I do feel some of you could be like choosing a Tower moment. You could be choosing like a break up with someone or something. It's like sometimes when we choose that, it's like we don't know what's on the other side. We're not sure, like, am I going to meet a new person or whatever? Same thing with the job. Some of you might be leaving a job and maybe you're saying to yourself, I'm going to find something better or whatever. So it's like there's a little bit of uncertainty here. And again, for some of you, this could be in the past as well. I'm also getting something about communication on that 8 of Wands. We'll come back to it in just a minute. With the Tower, you have the Hierophant here. Yeah, this is Neptune and Pisces. I'm telling you right now. I've been saying this for years. For that Neptune and Pisces, this energy is a direct challenge to traditional belief. The Hierophant is traditional belief. It is things that you have always believed just because. And so I feel for some of you that, that kind of makes sense with a false sense of responsibility. Maybe there's some beliefs that we believe because, we grew up in a certain religion, but maybe we don't believe that religion anymore. But maybe we still kind of allow it to control us. And I feel like there's something here in the beginning of this reading that's like saying, what things are you allowing to control your life that really have no power over your life in the first place, right? And I feel this is going to set you free. There's like a great setting free going on here. Look, with the world, you have the judgment card. It's like you're being set free. Literally, everything I just said. The judgment card, the people are normally in the coffins, right? And they're rising out of the coffin. The coffin represents their old life. Outside the coffin represents their new life. I feel like you're going through a major rebirth here, Sagittarius. And, it's pretty much, it's just that simple, right? Next, in the area of your present position, you have this last quarter moon in Scorpio. It says, reveal what needs to be seen. Probably your inner truth, right? Like what you truly want in your life. This could be like a truth coming out. But again, I keep reminding people, this isn't like a truth. It's not like you've been lying. It's more that there are certain things maybe that you want to do during your day. Like, what's your perfect day look like? What activities do you want to do? Are there certain things that you want to believe that other people don't believe? Are there certain books you want to read, right? Like, all these things are the truth. And I feel like this is saying reveal it, let it come out, embrace it, or explore it, right? Because that's the other thing is like, during this time and until 2025 when Neptune leaves Pisces, not that, I feel like we're going to be dealing with energy probably past that as well, honestly. But what I would say is it's like you might think that something is your truth as well, and then you go experience it, but then you find out it's not. The trick is with Neptune and Pisces is that right now I think we're all a little bit too caught up in the fantasy. Seven of Cups, right? Where it's like we think something is our truth, but then we don't bring it down to earth. We don't experience it here because maybe we're afraid of judgment or, from other people or whatever. So I feel like this is saying, take some small steps to, try something that you think it could be your truth. You have the Five of Swords, the Queen of Wands, and the Ten of Swords here. Again, I feel like you're fearing this Ten of Swords. Ten of Swords is something being dead, done, over with. But you can see all these hands pointing those swords at her head. So, for some of you, I kind of see this as judgment or maybe fearing what other people will think, but also maybe you're fearing like an ending because you have the Five of Swords here as well. So some of you could be fearing like a breakup, a separation, but it's more like, again, as far as love is concerned, if this is a breakup that you're I feel like maybe some of you are the one that wants to end something. I'm not calling you out here. I think maybe you just know that something isn't right, but it's like you're fearing what's on the other side of it with this energy. But here is what's on the other side of it. Queen of Wands. You being bold, being assertive, going exactly for what you want. I feel if you embrace this energy, you're going to be very successful if you embrace that Queen of Wands bold energy. The Queen of Wands normally has a black cat on her card as well. And during the times of tarot, black cats were considered very unlucky. So, but she doesn't care what anyone thinks. And that's, kind of like the whole point of this reading. I feel like it's saying as long as you don't care what other people think, you will be totally fine, right? With the Five of Swords, you have the Ten of Cups, fortune after difficulty. If you've been going through a difficult time, I feel this is definitely improvements. Again, you're going through this reading is definitely a big rebirth with that world judgment card type of energy. With the Queen of Wands, you have the Five of Swords. Again, it's like, I would ask you if you're preventing yourself from your true happiness. It's like, but I also feel like you don't know because you're thinking about doing something, but until you take those steps, I feel like you won't know with that Ten of Cups. And with the Ten of Swords, you have the Magician. I feel you need to realize how powerful you are here, Sagittarius. The Magician is extremely powerful. He creates his own world with his words. He, uses his words to manifest and to create the things that he wants and desires. So I feel like you need to use your powers of manifestation here. I feel like you need to use your words, but I also feel like you need to use your tools. He has mastery over all the suits in the tarot. But so that means that he uses all the tools. He's not just using one thing to get to his goals. He's making sure to use the right thing to get to his goals. So I'd make sure to do that. Next, in the area of your future position, you have this To the Sea card. I do feel like some of you are clearly like, kind of giving me Six of Swords vibes. It's not really what this card means. It's more about kind of like going into uncharted territory, looking for new land, right? She's kind of like in the ocean and she's maybe looking for a new island or she's looking for somewhere near. Literally, I pulled the next card. You have this New Life card. I love this card in this deck. Definitely a very good card. The New Life card is about being lifted up. You can see she's being lifted up into the sky there. So I feel like you're being lifted up at this time towards like fulfillment. But it's like you have to leave something behind maybe. You have the Seven of Cups, the High Priestess, and the Five of Wands. I feel like you're a little bit conflicted. A lot of mystery in this reading, right? I mean, you have the Moon, the High Priestess. Both of these cards are kind of cards of mystery and maybe not being sure the direction that you're going in. Five of Wands is a card of conflict and competition, but really it's a card of learning. I always say that these people on this card, they're normally using sticks to fight. They're not using swords. So they are learning how to fight. It's also a card of adventure. I call this card Indiana Jones as well because it kind of says, like, if you go through some crazy adventure, that you're going to find some treasure at the end, And so I feel for some of you, this is talking about some sort of crazy adventure you're going on. Even on this High Priestess here, she has this boat right here. So I feel for some of you, you have that To the Sea card. It's like you literally could be traveling or moving, or you could be literally moving on from another situation. I really feel you need to trust your intuition. The other trick with the High Priestess is that she normally has a crown with the 3 stages of the moon on her head. And it says that she sees the beginning, middle, and end of every situation. That means she sees it as she wants it to go. She literally creates her own reality with her imagination. So whatever new beginning you want, I would be, imagining it exactly as you want it to go. We see that right here. You have the Seven of Cups. And on this Seven of Cups, you can see that she's pointing to one star. She's pointing to one thing. She's very focused on what she wants. Normally on the Seven of Cups, there's different things in the cups. And it kind of says, pretty much everything we do in life, there's going to be good and bad. There's going to be some things we want, some things we don't want. But what you focus on is what you get. So I feel like you need to focus on the right things. I also feel like you need to focus on the good stuff. Like, let's say you're looking at an opportunity in work or business. It's like, of course, there could be some good and some bad, but choose the good thing, and just go straight for it. I do feel like there's an energy here of needing to go straight for something as well. Sometimes with the Seven of Cups, I think, we kind of overcomplicate things, let's put it that way, where we think maybe our business has to go a certain way or a relationship has to go a certain way. And I feel like the Seven of Cups is saying, does it have to be so complicated, or could this be a little bit easier? With the Seven of Cups, you have the Page of Cups. This could definitely be the cup, because the Page of Cups is normally looking into the cup, and there's a fish in the cup. I always say with the Page of Cups that fish represents your imagination, something that you're imagining, creating in your life. And so I feel for a lot of you, you need to focus on your imagination, but I feel also that you need to grab onto a dream. There's some sort of dream that you're creating here. 10 of Cups, is your dream life. You have this card here, Seven of Cups. These are all cards of manifesting a dream. Even in this diagonal, you go Judgment, World card. So it's going up here to some sort of dream life. With the High Priestess, you have the Queen of Pentacles. Queen of Pentacles is a card of resourcefulness and being resourceful. To me, it says that you have the resources necessary to, create something in your life that you want to create. So definitely time to use your resources. You also have the Queen of Pentacles showing right up next to the King of Pentacles here. So if you're looking for love, this to me, I love this combination for love, because this would be two people who are very similar, two people who want the same thing, and two people who want something permanent. It definitely could be an earth sign coming in for you. I'm pretty sure you've had earth in your recent past. I'm also getting Aquarius, Taurus showing up here. You do have Pisces, but I don't think it is a Pisces. Take it how it resonates. Could be any sign, but Taurus, Leo, and Earth stand out to me the most, and Aquarius as well. With the Five of Wands, you have the World. So again, conflict coming to an end. You have the World twice. There's clearly a major accomplishment coming in for you here with the World card. The World is also a card of magic. Normally there's the lady in the middle of the world. She has 2 wands. The 2 wands kind of represent her ability to create things through magic, like the magician, but also the other wand is the ability to create through action. So she mixes the 2 things together. She's fully integrated. She's a fully integrated being. She doesn't believe in one side or the other, right? She uses everything at her disposal. It's kind of funny because years ago I used to say how I think in the future, it's there are some people who go to regular doctors. There are other people who go to only homeopathic doctors, right? I think in the future, we're just going to be mixing it all together. And that always reminds me of the World. It's she doesn't, the sorceress in the middle of the world, she doesn't judge anything, or any information. She doesn't care. If she has a goal, that she wants to achieve. She doesn't care if she has to use like some magic and also be realistic and logical and things like that. So it's like maybe she writes affirmations, right, towards her goal, which is a little bit magical, but maybe she also is very logical and kind of like takes action towards those things and makes things happen. So she's not afraid to like mix together two worlds is what I'm trying to say. And that's what I feel like you're doing here as well. Next, you have this Grand Symphony card. This is coming up in your outcome. Amazing outcome. This is like literally a grand symphony, like something amazing happening in your life. So it's like everything is coming together here for you, Sagittarius. And I think it's because, again, you're like mixing two worlds, two different worlds together. Now is the time to do it. I mean, Mars retrograde in Gemini. Gemini is like two worlds. So now would be, maybe you're not like setting anything in stone with Mars retrograde, but great time to experiment in like mixing two things together. You have the Knight of Wands, the King of Pentacles, and the King of Swords here. I feel like you're over inconsistent energy, especially in love. I wouldn't really call this a love reading though, although there is love here, but I feel like you are totally avoiding something inconsistent, and I feel you are only focused on this if you want love, King of Pentacles, something permanent, something that lasts, like a person who's going to stick around, someone who's in it for the long haul. I also feel that you could be creating something that is going to last in your life for like the rest of your life. I always say that I think there's a big focus on this for pretty much everyone because of Uranus and Taurus. I feel like we all are maybe wanting to build something more permanent, more something that lasts a lot longer. You have the King of Swords as well. I do feel like you could be attracting a person who is like older than you for some of you. But for others, I feel like this is you putting your knowledge and wisdom into action. You know, he has knowledge and wisdom. They're two kind of like different things. It's like knowledge is knowing something, but wisdom is the act of actually putting the knowledge into action. I always use the example of YouTube because this is what I do. It's like there are plenty of YouTube experts where it's like they've said things that I do that they claim doesn't work, right? There are plenty of things I do that don't work according to the YouTube experts. It's like that is wisdom. It's like, you know, I could listen to the knowledge all day long, but until you actually try something, you're not going to know. And I feel like you're just in this zone of trying things. Again, if I didn't try half of these things, I wouldn't know. I would just assume it doesn't work because some person on the internet told me it doesn't work, right? That's why I always say, don't listen to anyone. Listen to yourself, right? And, you know, that's basically what I did with YouTube is I just started listening to myself about, like, what I felt was right. And, you know, it's worked out pretty well for me. So I feel this is true for all areas of life, by the way. With the Knight of Wands, yeah, I would be careful of, like, someone from the past. You have the Ten of Wands here. If you have a person who is just a pain in the ass, basically, in the past, I would avoid them at all costs because I feel like they're just rushing in, bringing in their burdens. It's kind of weird that they show up at the end of the reading, but sometimes I do feel that, like, you have that Grand Symphony card, which is a really good card of building something amazing in your life. That's usually when someone comes in to, like, mess up your day. So I would be careful of that. With the King of Pentacles, you have the Emperor. You know, I know that this is Aries energy, Sagittarius, but I kind of feel like this is you. I feel you're just in this zone of really bossing up and really taking control of your life. And I also feel you're more in kind of like receptive mode. You know, technically we look at the Empress and we say that she is in receptive mode, but you know, it's like if you were like the true king, like the Empress, the Emperor, sorry, it's like people would be coming to you, you know, like asking you for things. And that's really what's popping into my head here is like, I feel like people are coming to you for things, to make decisions, to, you know, whatever. This is putting you in a very powerful position. I like it. With the King of Swords, you have the King of Swords. Basically, the universe saying I meant what I said. It is kind of weird. Pretty much everyone has had the King of Swords. A bunch of people have had the King of Swords twice in their readings as well. So the King of Swords to me also, you know, whenever I get like that, to me it's like a collective energy. And I would just say, like, use your discernment this week and, like, really, you know, pay attention to things. What does your mind tell you is what I'm getting here. And I feel as long as you operate that way, you'll have a good week. But that's that, Sag. We're going to pull 3 cards now. We're going to do 1, 2, and 3 right here. Feel free to pause this reading if you need time to think of a question. But 1, 2, 3, I'm going to answer 1 question. If you don't have a question, that's fine too. I'm going to put them all together at the end. But pause now, because I'm going to read these cards. You have the Page of Wands, the 4 of Pentacles, and the 2 of Pentacles. There's a certain sense of freedom here, because going from the 4 of Pentacles to the 2 of Pentacles is like saying that you've maybe been a little bit stuck. 2 of Pentacles is putting the work in. So I feel like some of you are working towards a new direction, and you're kind of like getting unstuck or feeling unstuck. For others, I feel like you could be asking about like where you are and should you go towards something new. I would say, hell yes, definitely. With this energy, there's something much more fun, much more kind of like entertaining coming in for you. That Page of Wands is also saying to me, I'll just show you this Page of Wands. Page of Wands is a card of enthusiasm and excitement, and to me, it's really saying that you need to move more towards something that's more enthusiastic, that makes you feel more enthusiastic or more excited, because that's what I feel like everyone needs to do right now, but it's kind of like showing up to you. It's going to set you free with that Four of Pentacles, and you're probably going to get better results with the Two of Pentacles. To me, Two of Pentacles is work hard, play hard, but it's also the infinity symbol. It's like you put energy out, you get energy back. So there's like a much better flow going on here with this Two of Pentacles, I feel. But this is a really good reading here, Sag. I like this. So thank you for being here. Really appreciate it. Make sure to watch your sun, moon, and rising for a full picture of what's going on for you at this time. But thank you, and definitely enjoy your week.